Opa, 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 hello, boa noite, minha gente. Só um minutinho só pra eu conferir o som. Beleza, somzinho no volume bom, eu acho, pelo menos, né? Qualquer coisa, reclamem aqui. Vamos lá, reverse. A gente tem que terminar o capítulo 8. Capítulo 8? É capítulo 8, né? Jesus amado, já tô me perdendo aqui no próprio jogo aqui que eu jogo. Isso é foda. E lançou a lopeira. Uma suporte muito boa. Ai, que lindo. Maravilhoso. Adoro botar essas aberturinhas assim.
Perhaps you might consider leaving your door
Ah, não, não essa frase não. Deixa eu ver o que tem aqui. O que aconteceu hoje? Aqui, ó. Lançou a lopeira e nós tivemos os 10 tiros de graça. Tem esse daqui também. Esse evento. E no caso tá aqui a lopeira. Eu, no caso, estou no pitch 1. Ou seja, é muito triste, só que eu acho que eu não vou rodar nela. Eu vou esperar dar uns 10 dias, assim, pra pegar o máximo de tiro, assim, possível. Daí eu vou rodar nela. Ela é uma suporte muito boa. Só que assim, ela funciona com um efeito de bullet. E até agora, que no chinês, que tem até a 2.5, não tem até daí, 3 versões pra frente, não tem DPS com,
that's impressive.
com bala, com bullet. Então, ela tá ficando de
This is only
escanteio.
a gentle sprinkle compared to Sao Paulo
Deixa
in the
eu
summer.
só pegar aqui os negócios. Login do Discord. Beleza. E tá tendo um evento novo aqui. Esse daqui. Que substitui o Wutu. Vou bem sincero, eu prefiro o Wutu. Com as cartinhas e tudo. Prefiro ele do que esse novo aí. Esse Mask On. E eu acabei com a lojinha aqui, já. Fazer diária é nisso que dá, gente. Bora lá. Voltando pra história. Eu quero pelo menos vir até o capítulo, acho que 16. Então 16 vai estar legal.
This place was once known for its inexhaustible mines, the riches of its rainforests, and its brave and passionate people. But now, the first two are gone. Chaos and power struggles loom over the younger generation, while the rich and well-connected sit atop their piles of corpses and rubble and feast, dining off golden plates with silver spoons, turning their noses up from the dogs at their feet. But that gold has lost its shine, and their silver spoons have tarnished. Everyone can see them for what they really are. So, what now? Either the people save themselves, or turn their fate over to the hands of the so-called savior. What would you do, if it were you?
Ai, pergunta difícil.
That's a smart choice. Now that the carnival's over, people have to deal with more than just their hangovers. They must figure out how to save their own skins. Most, though, will just run around like chickens with their heads cut off, begging for their pain to be taken away. But all they'll get is another morphine shot. Nothing close to a real solution. Fear spreads like a disease, until an entire generation is out on the streets, hoping to find anything that will lift them out of their misery. No need to start panicking just yet. Things are still under control. Your lady friend has stepped up to solve this mess, and the veteran knows what he's doing. This city is unlike any you've seen before. You must learn its secrets to survive. Remember which street kids are from which alley, and what intel they can be relied on for. Learn the dates when the dealers bring their medicine into port, and figure out which water tanks hide the key to the local gang's safe house. Don't look at me for answers. It's none of my business.
Aí uma coisa que eu queria comentar é que, tipo, se cair a live, cara, deve ser porque, tipo, ou a internet já tá ruim, ela faz um tempinho que ela tá ruim, ou caiu a força aqui de casa. Caiu ontem a força, né? Oi, aqui ó, Virgin. On the margins of life and death. Bora lá, o que aconteceu com a Virgin?
In the narrow streets, violence is so often more than just a means to ending conflicts. It is a tool, and one all too readily used. I must note, however, with some relief that segregation so commonly observed in other regions is absent here. The arcanists of Sao Paulo live alongside humans, with the latter often displaying traits more common to their arcanist neighbors. Passionate, if a bit touchy. Life here is incomparable to the comfort, security, and freedom of New England. Hardship,
Vou nem falar.
violence, and oppression are the fundamentals of life. As constant as the sun, and as heavy as the rain. This country is renowned for its coffee and sugar. It is a land of beauty and bounty. Treasures too often extorted, whether by the princes of Europe and their donatarios, or now by the bankers and corporations. Despite all the centuries of treasures extracted from the land, desperation remains everywhere you look. It is a place where insurmountable wealth and the deepest deprivations are neighbors. Sometimes they lie only a street across from one another. The multinationals have cut open the country's throat, and now they drink it dry, leaving the people struggling with poverty and chaos. It is a bleak existence. Dear readers, I share this with you so the story of these people might be heard. Shippy, do you know, has life always been like this here?
Eu te conheço.
If you ask me, Doc, San Paulo in 1990 isn't much different from Nassau 1681.
Ótimo.
It's a shame. Between the sunshine and warm sands, there is a good life to be lived here, if only they were free enough to live it. I used to dream of traveling to all sorts of fascinating places.
O nome dela é Doutora Dores. Doutora Dores, mano. Puta nome bom, mano.
A foggy city by the Thames, and a little town blanketed in snow and sunflowers. I met so many different people, though I find I can no longer recall their voices. I have only their words left, only my records of them.
Have you heard of a weed down at the bottom of Lake Ilapango? The people there turn it into a polenta with cornmeal. Supposedly, if you have it, you'd recall every last thing that's ever happened to you. Every bit of it.
Whoa! What's the weed called?
Maco.
They call it La Hierba del Tonto, Spanish for the fool's weed. You see, lad, only a fool would want to remember everything. Sometimes a little forgetfulness is a blessing in disguise.
I beg to differ, Shippy. To forget the past, its lessons in pain and joy alike, that isn't a blessing. It's oblivion. But let's not argue over some mythical weed. For all the claims, no one has ever seen it. Just another myth, like the succubus or the minotaur.
Então.
Aye, aye, let's talk about succubi instead. That's sure to get the lads pricking up their ears.
Já tem uma ali no lago, ali, ó.
Back in 88, I mean 1688 of course, our chief mate Mr. Morgan had an encounter with a succubus after he found her seal while carousing in Portobello. If the rumors tell true, once he got a hold of it, she grabbed a hold on him too. I couldn't say what transpired, but we never saw hide nor hair of him again.
Mano, agora o negócio que eu reparei aqui agora. Tipo, antes eu achava que era tipo só uma madeira entalhada em forma de mão. Não, mas isso daqui é um osso. Meu Deus.
Look over there! Something's in the water!
What the devil is all that commotion?
Hey, wake up! Hey, stay with me! Can you hear me? Hello? She's still breathing. Why won't she wake up?
Whew. What happened to the lass?
Miss, are you all right? Is there anything we can do?
Yes, I'm fine. The ship went down.
Blow me down. These waters are getting rougher by the day.
And we drifted down the river until we reached the shore here.
É uma meio verdadezinha, meio que isso aconteceu mesmo.
I know she's traveling with her friends, but I don't know where they could be now. Everything happened so fast.
Shippy, what's going on? Are there people that need care? What's their condition?
Just one, alas. She's still breathing, but she looks like she's been keelholed for a bit too long.
Miss, please lay her down on her side.
What are you going to do to her?
Save her, if I can.
Vaidores. Aí, protagonista não morre.
Good, good. She'll make it. Please, make sure her airway's clear.
Are you sure about that, Doc? The lass looks paler than a ghost. I think she's burning up.
You're right. We'll need to take her back with us. I'll fix some medicine for her. Would you give me a hand, miss? Help her up on my back.
Nem a máquina de escrever que tá na mão
Oh.
dela.
She's almost as light as a child. I need to run some tests and see if it's just an ordinary fever, or if she has contracted something from the water.
Ah, provavelmente, mano.
Don't worry. You're safe with us.
Se ela não pegou alguma coisa do ITT, vai ser um milagre, né? Meu Deus.
Where are we going? Wait up!
Home.
Pô, você só dando um pulinho na água, você já pega alguma coisa. Imagina engolir na água. Ah, Pass of the Past. Pass of the Past, é certo. Vamos lá. Ah, vou fingir que eu não sei, né? Nós finge que não sabe. No... Ah, aqui, ó. Negócio da Bárbara. Negócio que aconteceu que, tipo assim, tá acontecendo... Tipo assim, no mesmo tempo que tá acontecendo a história daqui, tá acontecendo a versão 2.0 e a 2.1 aqui, ó. Ela falando que ela precisa ir pra Highway 77 e pro Texas. É a versão passada. Tem um da Soneto falando também. Do Green Lake também, que é a versão 1.2. Tudo acontecendo nos anos 90, ó. Tudo ligado. Aged like fine wine. Ó. Ah, vai que liberava mais geminha. Ó o gato aqui. Fofinho. Ah, essa cena apareceu no trailer.
So you weren't even traveling together, and still you brought her all the way here. You have a good heart, Miss Kimberly.
Cara, eu queria fazer
You flatter me, Doctor.
pintar igual a
It was only that the
Reverso,
current
que
pushed her
bonito.
to my side when we all fell into the water. And I just couldn't forgive myself if I were to let her drown. In fact, she and I had met briefly before, in Texas. We didn't part on the best terms.
Sometimes we find ourselves in quarrels, even among friends.
No, we aren't.
Shh. We should let her get some rest.
May I touch her?
Fever is one of the biggest dangers here, though it's still better than
Tô tocando o
diarrhea and
narizinho.
vomiting. I'll take her to the veterans' residence for further treatment once her condition stabilizes.
It almost looks like she's only sleeping.
Are you two really not friends? Seems to me that you care for her very much.
She helped me. She was kind to me on the ship. The bloody ship. I don't know what happened.
Shh. Hush, please.
My apologies. As I said, it was only twice that we'd met. And somehow, both times turned out quite terrible for me.
Her hair is so silky. It's smooth and soft, like fine rain in my hands.
Obrigada, lavei hoje. Ingredientes, água do Rio Tietê. Confia, gente.
First it was Tuesday's motel. Things there turned into a right mess, and I didn't find what I'd lost. Then, in that manner, just as I was about to enjoy a bit of dinner, that wild girl burst in. They caught me, threw me into a tower and locked me up. I was stuck there, waiting like a lamb to be slaughtered.
But you've made it through. You're safe with us. No one is going to hurt you here.
Thank you, Doctor. Goodbye.
Leaving your friends so soon, lass? Well, come as you are. I'll give you a lift. Perhaps we might have a bit of an old jaw along the way. After all, it's rare indeed to see one of your kind out and about these days.
A lift? Pardon me, madam, but I'm not sure you could bring me anywhere. You're a little too small and a little too stuck in that bottle.
Climb aboard, matey. So where's our heading? Or shall we go for a ride on the river? Don't be shy, I aim to make a friend of you. Don't be shy. I let the little ones play on my deck all the time, climbing here and there, like a bunch of cheerful little monkeys. And not just them. I ferry the good doctor from here to the veterans' residence too. You'll have to wait till we reach the sea to see me at my full size. Once the water opens up, that's when I'm really free. Now, I ask again, where are we going, mate? Can't just let the wind decide our course.
Why not? I should like to go somewhere nobody will ever find me.
I'm afraid there's precious few places like that anymore, lass. I've spied the globes they've got nowadays. Seems like every last step is covered the four corners and back. But aren't you a strange sight, lass? You know, I've seen your kind before. Beautiful to look at, aye. But there's a darkness in you that lies beneath the surface, isn't there? But you're not like the rest of them, you'd say. Well, I would sooner believe in a map to El Dorado before I'd swallow the idea of a succubus with a heart of gold.
Oh.
So, was that girl your master? Did she have your seal? If that were true, then heart of gold or coal wouldn't matter for none. You'd be as thick as old tar. What? Are you wondering what gave you away? Your gloves don't do much to hide those claws. I could feel them pressing on my railings as soon as you hopped on. No use hiding them now, matey.
You! Are you going to turn me in?
Turn you in? And how do you suppose I do that? I'm only a ruddy ship. Bring me back up on land and I'll be stuck right back in the bottle. No, lass. I've sailed with rougher folks than you. My old captain had a bounty on her head, too.
Well, just so you know, I very much doubt they'll pay you anything for handing me over.
Maybe so, maybe so. Now, you've got the law in your tailwind. What happened? Did you spring loose from the old gibbet? Mark me now, young lass. If you're going to try to pull one over on me, you'll have to do a lot better job than that.
Are you mocking me? This is not how one ought to treat a new friend.
Quite right, lass. So then, who are your pursuers? And your master? Shouldn't you be under his protection? My old crew would say any captain that can't keep a ship safe is only good for bait.
I have no idea where he is, or where my seal is for that matter. He was a no-good fool, though. Or only good for bait, perhaps. I hope he's dead, rotting in some sewer back in San Francisco.
Verdade, né? São Francisco, né?
Aye, well, mortal flesh doesn't last long. I've ferried many a passenger in my days, and none yet have escaped when Davy Jones came calling their name.
Davy Jones?
As I recall, the first that went was William
Opa.
Halfleg. He lost the other half in a fight at the port of Southampton, hanged on the governor's orders. And Edward the Red Hand, a nasty piece of work from the Low Countries. Loved a bit of throat cutting, until he got his own throat slit by some
rapaz.
fool in a ramshackle pub on Tortuga.
Tá tudo certo aqui? Pelo amor de Deus, fala que tá tudo certo. Tá, acho que tá tudo certo aqui. A live não caiu. Graças a Deus, mas a internet no meu computador caiu. Meu Deus, eu posso ficar uma vez sem a internet cair.
Sounds as though they got what they deserved.
Não, isso que... Nossa, foi um inferno quando eu tentei jogar aquele novo modo lá que substitui o Voodoo. Porque a internet não ia. Porque, tipo, diferente do normal, que você seleciona todo o seu round, você clica na carta, ela já vai. Já faz toda a ação. Daí toda vez você ficava carregando. Nossa senhora, foi um inferno.
That they did, lass. They all got what they deserved. Some hanged, some drowned. Some we marooned on a desert isle with naught but a pistol and a flagon of rum. I've been to Plymouth, Nassau, Port Royal. I once even slipped into Seville disguised as a merchantman to smuggle pepper and cinnamon. Wherever the captain wanted to go, we sailed. But one by one, Davy took them all. Now here I am, a ship without a captain, my own master. I suppose that's a lot to take in. You ever thought about living a different life? To set sail for some far corner of the sea? Living on spiced rum and jerky thick as a buccaneer's hide? How's that sound, lass? Not that I'm saying we set sail today. It's only a bit of old fancy.
I really can't say, Chibi. I suppose I can't. Not yet, at least. There's something important I need to retrieve.
That's Captain White Rum to you. The ship of a captain and captain of the ship.
I prefer... Wait. Sorry.
Ela tá passando mal. Ai, ai.
Seasick? I hadn't thought your kind capable of it.
I didn't expect this either. What now?
Au.
Caramba! I like this girl, she's feisty.
O caramba, né?
Caramba!
Esse cara eu vou com sotaque mais espanhol que eu já vi na minha vida.
Caramba!
Caramba!
We're with the Brotherhood, Gorota! You apologize, now we might just let you go. Don't you know that Lord Santos is back? We can make this rougher for you if you like.
Careful, me lads. I wouldn't pull those knives. Things may go rougher than you'd bargained for.
Vamos com o time da Anjo.
Embrace rather than resist.
Meu Deus. Tem os 1, 2, 3 e 4. Ih, é modo novo. Eles perderam a oportunidade de colocar chinelo aqui, mano. Colocar flip-flop. Cara, perderam uma oportunidade.
Perfectly understood.
Não faltou ela.
Perfectly understood. Please, allow on me. This'll help.
Dark embrace. I look forward to punishing you.
Take a deep breath.
Cheer up.
Ah, agora sim, né? Agora vai o negócio. Ok. O que nós vamos fazer?
Perfectly understood. Hooray.
I admire your courage.
To the left.
Heart here. Be merciless, then.
Look.
Isso vai dar trabalho.
Feel my dark embrace.
Isso vai dar muito trabalho.
I look forward to
Ainda mais que não tem
punishing you.
nenhum ataque com o maldito do efeito. Que tipo de coisa coloca o maldito do efeito na cura?
I will remember your sacrifice.
Perfectly understood. Hooray.
For you and for us. Keep calm.
Shine.
Finalmente, nossa senhora, agora na minha mão eles são lascados. Vocês brigam.
To the left. Hooray.
Não!
A brighter future for everyone.
Mano do céu, que ódio. Que ódio!
Listen. Journey to the cosmos.
Ah, nem saber agora vai acontecer.
I look forward to punishing you.
I am the waves in the ocean and the
Nossa,
stars in
mano.
the
Eu
sky.
errei a carta, mano. Que cagada.
Sounds dream.
Que isso, Mercúrio? Não deu dano, Mercúrio?
Keep going.
Ai, cada humilhação que a gente
Our
passa nesse
dream,
jogo.
comrade.
Isso aqui é bom. Tava atrás.
Not so tough now, are you, boys? Try this again, and I'll make a mince out of what's left of you.
I know your fathers, me boys, and I think they wouldn't be none too happy to hear you claiming to be with the Brotherhood.
Let go. We're wasting our time here.
Bilge rats, the lot of them. Not even fit for the apostles. Brotherhood always lets their knives do the talking. If there'd been any doubt of what you are, lass, that fight sure cleared it up.
Uia. Ah, tem negócio aqui. A row of bandits fighting back. That's the sun upon her patience and extinguish the words. Esqueci inglês. The words light from the eye of the doctor. Ok. Level 2 disponível. Vamos ver o que tem coisa aqui, né? Eita, coisa. Ah, daí tem os pensamentos, assim. Uia. Ó. Gema? Não, sem gema. Uia, tem todos os negócios aqui. É. Acho que eu já coloquei tudo aqui. Boarding the white ship.
Listen up. We're the
Ah,
Apostles'
não, não é o
Brotherhood,
marcando, não.
not some worthless favela gang. So we start off nice and
Eita,
easy.
prova.
And if the doc doesn't play along, well, then we make her play along. Claro?
Hola. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Hey, is she really blind?
I'm afraid yes. But please don't worry. I'm more than able to treat all my patients. Are you feeling unwell, sir? Sir?
We heard that you're a good doctor. We got someone who needs your help. You're Dr. Doris from the Veterans Residence, right?
Yes. And may I know who you are? I won't turn away a patient, but I'll also need some assurance that you can be trusted, sir.
So, is she coming with us or not?
Did you hear that?
Sounds like some kind of explosion near the clinic. Should we go back?
It could be an accident, but she's got away with her equipment. Doubtful she's the cause of this. Steady on then. Let's hurry back and see for ourselves.
Transição do PowerPoint.
That's not how you treat a doctor, lads.
What are you doing to her?
Lord Santos would like to have a word with the doctor. That's all.
You're not taking her anywhere. Don't you see she's taking care of this girl?
Yeah, I'm not asking for permission, sweetheart. Grab the doctor. Ice the rest of them.
Which of these darlings shall we attend to first?
Ah, mas eu que não vou atacar os caras aqui com dodge, né? Vou não,
Perfectly understood.
vou ficar só
Please,
nos
allow me. Yes. Stay back, I say!
Mas agora na minha mão vocês estão lascando.
Hooray. Look at that. Shine. Feel my dark embrace. Stay back, I say! Look.
Ó,
Feel my dark embrace.
achei fácil.
Come back. I need your feedback on our session.
Eita, não consigo clicar aqui. Aí foi.
Stop. Enough. I won't have you fighting in my clinic.
É, a gente briga lá fora. Mais fácil.
Doctor?
But they've got the girl, Doctor.
This lady definitely isn't from the favela. So what's she doing here?
She's ill. She needs my help. That is all I ever ask.
Well, all we need is you, Doc. So how's about we make a deal? You come with us, we let the rest of your friends go. Understood?
So be it.
Please, Doctor, stand aside. I'll happily take care of these rats.
I have no doubt about that, miss. However, once violence starts and blood is spilled, there will be no end to it. For now, I would be happy to meet with the Senor Santos and seek out a peaceful resolution.
Ah, sim, vai anotando.
I'll come with you.
See? We can all be friends.
Burton!
If she doesn't wake up tonight, take her to the veterans' residence first thing in the morning.
All right, get the doctor straight to his reverence.
Bertinho é o terceiro capítulo que você fica desmaiado, acorda a mulher. Eu tava brincando, calma aí, tem que foi mesmo.
Have a good rest, did you, Sleeping Beauty?
Burton!
You've missed quite a bit. All terrible, I'm afraid.
Where am I?
You and this lass were drifting down the river after your ship went down. You'd have met Dr. Doris had you woken up a little sooner.
Doctor? Dr. Doris. Yes. She's a doctor from the veterans' residence. She saved you from the very claws of death. She...
Aye, you were burning up, lass. But the good doctor pulled you through. She was right there by your bedside the whole time. The good news is, we think she's still alive.
Still alive? What's the bad news then?
The bad news is she's been snatched up by the Apostles' Brotherhood.
What?
Rest now, lass. They aren't likely to hurt her for now.
Igual a Vert
You'll need
quando
your
me
strength for
acorda já
later.
começa a falar as coisas pra mim.
Some scallywag by the name of Santos wanted to have a word with her, so they said.
But Lepera and Sotheby, where are they? I remember we all fell into the water. I'm sorry, I didn't see them. I only... We washed ashore together. My map. Have you seen it? I have to get to the veterans' residence. They may very well be waiting for me there.
Well, I may be just the ship to get you there, ladies.
Vamos lá, capítulo 11. É São Paulo, Bossa Nova. O que aconteceu com o Dispense Justice São Paulo Style? Que é isso, mano? Eu já tava preparando o inglês pra ler o título, cadê o inglês?
You're a clever one, viejo. I like working with your type.
Much appreciated. I've tried to pick up a thing or two over the years.
You've had plenty of time to learn, a man of your age. By the way, what about that girl? Where'd she go?
Dunno. Maybe got scared away. You know how little rich girls are. I'm certain she's found her way back to her daddy's bodyguards. She'll be no cause for concern.
Fine, fine. No need to worry about this spoiled little girl. Now this bastard, on the other hand.
Leave the boy be. He's not got much time left if he doesn't give up those names. Hot enough out here? Luckily, I've got a bit of vino left. You a fan of wine, Senor Marcando? I'll fetch some for us, and all the brothers and sisters here. Let's drink to the Brotherhood and the opportunities that lie ahead.
You old fox, I see your game. But why not? We could all use a drink.
You, over there! Keep a watch on this guy. Don't let him get away. Finally.
Duncan, you nearly had me there. When did you plan all this?
I've had it brewing for a while, but things have been changing fast lately. Honestly, I didn't expect to be doing this now.
There's enough snoring syrup in the wine now to put them all in a dreamy, deep, deep sleep.
Ioiola.
But might it have had a stronger effect if I had included a dash of slumber belladonna in the recipe?
This will be more than enough, little lady. We only need to get them to drink the wine. Then...
Oh, then you must drink this. Just a drop. It will stay on your tongue and prickle around in your mouth. That way you won't drift off like the others. I've concocted much tastier potions before, but this one...
It'll do just fine. Thank you, little lady. Pass me the wine and wait for my signal. When you hear me playing this flute, you'll know it's time to strike. The wine's here! Courtesy of an old friend from Mexico. Take a glass, everyone.
Pelo menos o cara é
Here's
mexicano.
to his reverence's good health.
To his reverence's self.
To Marcando.
Lembrei a
To the
palavra.
invincible
A
Prado.
menina tava batizando a bebida.
To Marcando!
Por favor, falar que é batizando, porque são passos sem vergonha aqui, gente.
Duncan, that's your flute. Give it over.
Cadê o churrasco também aqui?
This is a fine flute. Duncan, did you said that you got a friend in Mexico? Huh? You know that old Mexican song, La Llorona?
Até eu sei, assim.
That I do! I learned it from the best! In the cactus back in Tulum. From a fine young lady with silky hair and gentle eyes as dark as coffee.
Claro. So, how fine was this chica, huh?
Ah, don't let me start spinning that yarn. It'll be no fun for you to watch an old man bursting into tears. I'll only say I was heartbroken by the time I left. Ah, that love of mine. Anyway, enough about the old flames of yesterday. Let's raise a glass to a better tomorrow.
To poor old Duncan.
To poor old Duncan.
It's time.
Good. Good music. Who are you?